Ask Practical Doug. So, if you've never been here before, been a little while since we did an Ask Practical Doug. There's a small Doug that lives inside Big Doug. That small Doug is named Practical Doug, and Practical Doug guides Big Doug on most of life's adventures. And if you are a fan of the show, even if you're not a fan of the show, anyone can ask Practical Doug a question and get a practical answer in return. You can join us live on Tuesdays for now, 8 Central. Dun, dun, dun. And you can ask in the chat. You can join Discord. There's an Ask Practical Doug channel there on any social medias. Hashtag Ask Practical Doug. We'll get our attention and you can ask Practical Doug a question. Today's Ask Practical Doug, I believe, was put in the Discord. Is that correct, Doug?
This one may seem like a bit of a cheat because I put this in the Discord.
You did. Okay,
I did.
Gotcha. Okay.
I saw this on Twitter. It's basically from an Am I the Asshole like Twitter account. And it goes a little something like this. I'll post up there for people to see if you're watching. If you're not, I will read it to you. So Slotty goes, this seems like a bit of a cheat. It is, sir. It says, am I the asshole for not wanting to attend a Game of Thrones themed wedding? My friend Lexa is getting married soon. She and her husband are extreme Game of Thrones fans. They've watched the show 5+ times. Their house is decked out with the Game of Thrones themed decorations, accessories, etc. Because of their shared love of Game of Thrones, Lexa and her fiance decided to have a Game of Thrones themed wedding. I am perfectly fine with the idea of a themed wedding. I'm even okay with the Game of Thrones dress costume for the wedding. The only thing I can't seem to get behind is the fact that the majority of the wedding will be conducted in High Valyrian. For those who don't know, it's a made-up language from Game of Thrones. Her wedding is also a destination wedding, and I'm finding it hard to justify going out of my way to go to a wedding that's not even in a real language that I won't be able to understand. Am I the asshole if I don't go? I mentioned that I was having doubts to Lexa, and she got really mad at me because I had originally said I could go before I knew it was in High Valyrian. She's also been sending me links to learn High Valyrian on Duolingo, and I feel like even if I did show up, she'd be mad at me for not learning it. And she also adds, the reception will also be in High Valyrian, and all speeches and toasts are expected to be in High Valyrian too. First things first, Duolingo. Like, kudos to them for hooking people up with the fake languages.
I guess. Again, what's your ROI on that?
Yeah, I mean, you know.
How many people are clamoring for High Valyrian?
And not only that, I mean, someone did have to build that language, and I guess if it is built and you do want to learn it, then, you know, sure. There you go. This one's pretty cut and dry for Practical Doug. No, you are not the asshole for not wanting to do this. This is a considerable amount of effort to put into someone's wedding, and I mean, I'm putting myself in that position. I just be like, oh, I'm not going. No, well, here's where it would be for me. If you're like, oh, hey, we're doing a Game of Thrones themed wedding, and you have to dress up, I'm like, cool, I'm out. I'll send you a gift. You know, let me know how it goes, because I'm not a costume guy. I'm not going to put in the time and effort to come up with a costume. And
let's do where do you fall off? Doug, I'm doing a Game of Thrones themed wedding.
All right. Cool.
You're in.
I'm all right. All right. I'm a little hesitant, but I'm like, because this is probably going to be a little awkward, but hey, it's better than doing a regular church wedding. So cool. I guess I'm color me intrigued, you know?
Bingo. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Second level. Doug, I'm doing a Game of Thrones themed wedding, and it's a destination wedding.
Okay. Depends on the destination, but okay. I'm still there. All right.
Doug, I'm doing a Game of Thrones themed wedding. It's a destination wedding, and you have to dress up.
I'm out.
Got it.
Hard out.
And you have to learn High Valyrian, because the ceremony is going to be done in that. All the speeches are going to be done in that. No one will be speaking English.
Fuck you. I'm sending you a Star Wars gift card. Like, you know.
I'm sending you a Rings of Power gift card.
Yeah, like I don't. Yeah, like this is what you wanted, right? Lord of the Rings. Like this is, and my axe is what I'm going to send you. Like that's, it's fucking
and it's a
bullshit.
card written in Klingon.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, here's some Star Trek shit. I think it's incredibly. This just, you know, again, I'm going to assume that everything the person wrote here is 100% accurate because I have no other details to go off of. So if there is any sort of exaggeration or whatever, then, you know, I can't really judge off it. But assuming it's true, I think this friend Lexa is and her fiance / husband are fucking dickheads for doing this, because it's your wedding, but if you want people to show up, you're forcing them to be a part of this nonsense, like and here's the thing, kind of go, because we did another one of these where it's like, is this person the asshole for not providing food at the Disney wedding, or we were like, well, if it's clearly marked and you still show up, then no, they are not the asshole for doing that. This situation, I mean, they are being upfront with it, but then you also can't be mad if people aren't going to come, because that makes them feel uncomfortable to have to learn a foreign fucking language, and that's insane.
I'll tell you what I would do if I was the the best man or giving a speech. I would stand up, I'd clink my glass, I would stand up, I would pull out a lighter, I would say Dracarius. I would light it, I would drop it onto the tablecloth and walk the fuck out.
Yeah. That sounds good to me. Yeah.
Done.
I'd be like,
I'd go viral.
What'd they say? They're like, I was gonna say, I plead the fifth. That's not what they say. They say they take the black. That's what they do.
Why is Doug saying I plead the fifth? I don't know.
I plead the fifth. They're like, what?
It's high Valyrian.
Yeah. Okay.
Doug got hit in the head by a horse when he was younger.
I'm totally fine with themed weddings. I've never been to one. I would probably not really look forward to going to one, because that intense nerddom, even if I'm in it, I'd be like, I'd probably find it a little uncomfortable.
See, that's the kind of shit I would relish.
Yeah.
Being
uncomfortable?
Both. Can't it be both?
Doug, you're my plus one to this wedding, because I want to watch this and also watch you. And you just watch me get uncomfortable and be like, I gotta go. And I just sort of stand up and walk out. Doug attends awkward weddings. That's a new segment.
There's a new series, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it would be fun as shit to go to a themed wedding and just watch, because you got to assume grandparents are there going, what is happening?
Yeah.
I
think it's incredibly selfish of these people to do this and then ask people to learn. I think it's really selfish to do. And Slotty's making some points in here saying, I think this person is over exaggerating. Unless they're giving a speech, sounds like they aren't, then it doesn't sound like they will be required to learn. Well, for that question, I'd say this Lexa says she got really mad and she's sending links to High Valyrian on Duolingo. So I mean, I don't think she's required to learn it, but if everything's going to be done in High Valyrian, listen, weddings suck anyway, all right? They're boring, and you're just going to sit there watching people like, ha, skadlarigard, and then zgu skapare bakaya, varia skulvelo kapaya, skoreni, ayahi. And you're just like,
so you
what?
Do speak it.
I do. It's
all
also Swedish. It's... Like, who wants to sit there and watch that? Because it'd be like completely different if it's like, hey, I'm marrying into a Spanish family and this service is going to be in Spanish. I'm like, well, I respect that. That's a real language. You could also argue that this is technically a real language because it exists. But I'm like, no one really uses this. This was made up from a fantasy world.
The thing is, too, Valyrian weddings are notoriously long. They go like 5 hours. So.
Right. And they're notoriously bloody,
Yep. Yeah.
So, I just
50% chance you will die.
I was like, listen, do what you want for your wedding. Go do that, but also just don't expect a lot of people to show up.
Yeah.
So, and to this person, I'd say, you're not the asshole. Maybe you have a strained friendship, but hopefully you can explain to them like, hey, listen, this is especially because here's the thing that adds up to me. You've got the themed wedding. It's also destination. This is costing someone time and money to go and be at your wedding. And as someone who had a destination wedding, I was very grateful for anyone who took the time and effort to show up to my wedding. Like, I didn't hold it against anybody who didn't want to be there. I wanted the actual wedding service to be as quick as possible and as painless as possible, because that's not what means the most to me. It was like hanging out with everyone and having them be there.
The party, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, not only that, but they're requiring people to dress up too.
That's what it sounds like.
Game of Thrones dress costume. I'm even okay with the Game of Thrones dress costume for the wedding, which again makes it sound like they are requesting that people come in character. So you're also spending money on, attire, unless you're just I'm going to go as a peasant and I'm just going to wear ripped, stained clothes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's,
Could you go as one of the crew members from Game of Thrones and kind of
I'm
get
sure you would get,
around that?
I'm sure they would hate you for it.
Yeah,
you know?
just and just hold a Starbucks cup.
Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I think that to me is to this Lexa and her husband, they should be very chill. Yep. If they want to have this wedding, go have this wedding, but be very chill about who's going to be showing up and whether or not they want to, and what's actually going to happen, because that you're asking a lot of people. And if people are like super into it, awesome. That's great. Go. They're like, oh, dude, I totally want to do this. This is going to be great. Have your diehard fans. Don't be mad if other people are like, yeah, this isn't going to be for me. I love you. I support you. This just isn't something that I'm into, and I don't think I'm going to have a good time. Just be understanding of that.
Temper your expectations.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Practical Doug has spoken.
Boo.
That is...
Yeah. I was dancing.